the if-else statement. The if-else statement says, if the condition is true, very well, you execute this line. But what if this condition is not true? You want to do something if this condition is not true. That means if this condition is false, then what you need to do? You want to do something. So just put it after else. There is no semicolon after if, there is no semicolon after else. If condition is true, this line will be executed. If this condition is false, then whatever you have written after else will be executed. We'll see this with an example. If you are talking about a company, if in a company an employee is paid like this, if his basic salary is less than 1500, then HRA will be 10% of the basic salary, DA will be 90% of the basic salary. If his salary is either equal to or above 1500, there are two cases. If it is less than 1500, HRA and DA is like this. If it is above 1500, HRA is given as 500 and DA will be 98% of the basic salary. If the employee salary is to be inputted through the keyboard, we have to write a program to find the gross salary. How to write it? We will start with float as basic salary, gross salary, DA, DNS allowance and house rent allowance. We'll enter the basic salary. We'll see whether this basic salary is less than 1500. If it is less than 1500, the HRA has to be computed as 10%, 10 by 100 of BS. The DA has to be computed as 90% of the 90 by 100 of BS. Otherwise, if this is not the case, the second case, then you have to execute that case, you have to put an else. See the construct. If this condition, then whatever you want to give inside a brace, else the other condition has to be given inside else. HRA will be 500 and DA will be 98% of the basic salary. And whatever comes, you have to compute the gross salary using BS plus HRA plus DA and you just have to print. So what is happening here is, you want to do something. If is BS less than 1500? If it is less than 1500, this is the yes condition. So this goes under if true. Then if this is true, you execute these two lines. Else, if this condition is false, no. If this is a yes, you go here. If this is false, you go this side. And you execute these two lines. That means you put this under else. The condition is true, you execute two lines. Condition is false, that means you have to go to the else and you print these two lines and you have to compute the addition and print GS. So there are certain points. The group of statement after if up to and not including else, it is called as if block, and the statements after the else, they form the else block. So in if-else construct, we have a if block and we have a else block. You also see that else is written exactly below if. This is an indentation. There is a formatting because you can have multiple if-else inside if-elses. So the indentation or the formatting has to be very clear. See, if you see properly this A and B in general English, we have given a space here. We have written properly so that you can understand that these two are different paragraphs. If I start notice right here, this will not give you an idea that I am trying to emphasize 2 points. This is what I am talking about, that the indentation has to be very specific, very clear in order to make the program well understood. And had there been only one statement, you don't have to put the braces. Braces are put only if you want more than one line to be executed. But if you want to execute one line, you can also place a brace. There is no restriction.